So this is some obviously mentally ill weirdo that's sitting on Blue Sky that retweeted something, and the retweet said, anyway, the choice America faces going forward is live in the Confederacy or do a reconstruction for real and purge those motherfuckers from all of public life, and there really isn't an in-between.
Psycho.
What's up, space pirates? This is your Admiral, the deliciously dank Dr. Disaster, and imagine for a moment that you are the head of an ethics department for a major video game company. Now imagine that you have a choice between concerning yourself with this, policing the boob size of one of your company's most popular characters, or focusing on the insane words of one of your employees calling for violence. Which would you concern yourself with?
That's easy!
Yeah, it really ought to be easy, but over and over, the ethics department at Square Enix has proven itself to not really care about ethics so much as catering to a feminist worldview. To Square Enix, it seems that showing even the slightest bit of female skin, or portraying a female character as genuinely beautiful, like Tifa in Final Fantasy VII, anything like that is considered some kind of sin against humanity.
Ooh, I like her.
How dare you?
Well, the doofuses at the Square Enix ethics department are at it again. This image here depicts a character from Dragon Quest VII, which is getting a remake, and as you can see, they are censoring the character, giving her shorts, and covering up more of her lower body, because that is the sort of thing that the people at Square Enix are concerned about, making sure that no feminist prude has to get offended by pixelated skin. Square Enix even put out this post here, where they make it clear that they are chasing the modern audience. Meanwhile, this company is employing this activist right here. This is Kate Quinar, an English localizer who works on Final Fantasy XIV, and she posted something on Blue Sky a while ago which got her in a lot of hot water with gamers because it's absolutely mental, asking for people she disagrees with to be purged, I guess we'll say. That's the nicest way of putting it. And now, in the wake of the Charlie Kirk murder, calls for her to be fired have been all over social media in the past few days, but the infamous ethics department at Square Enix don't appear to be worried about this. They haven't denounced her message, they haven't fired her, so we can only conclude that Square Enix agrees with her opinions and that they love what she said.
What? I love garbage.
Alright, me hearties, make sure that you hit the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We have been getting a ton of subscribers lately, so it's already time to celebrate another milestone.
How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow? Yo!
There are now 150,000 space pirate a-holes in this fleet of ours, and as is the custom on this channel, with every 1,000 subscribers, I add a new ship to the fleet in order to house the new guys. This time, one of you recommended the Outlaw Star, which can be seen flying around here. If you have suggestions for future ships to add to the fleet, drop them into the comment section and I will add them to my long list. Super Chats get bumped to the top of that list with the other Super Chats, and for your reference, I am adding an alphabetical list of the ships already in the fleet to the description of this video. But in any case, thanks for being here, everyone. I really appreciate you all.
I knew it, I'm surrounded by assholes.
But alrighty, let's talk about what Square Enix's ethics department refuses to discuss, and then we will take a look at what they do concern themselves with. But here is the post that people have been calling out. In fact, as I showed at the top of the video, Asmongold first talked about this all the way back in August, and how this is a really bad look for Square Enix to continue to employ someone like this. Normal people, not even just right-wingers and conservatives, but just normal people who don't like political violence or violence of any kind, have been talking about how this sort of rhetoric here leads to really bad things if left unchecked. You can't possibly call someone a Nazi and a fascist and stuff like that repeatedly and reasonably expect that someone out there isn't going to eventually try to do something drastic and horrible about it. And that, of course, is the whole point. I think people like this want something bad to be done, but they leave their posts just cryptic and open-ended enough that they think that they can get by with it and they won't be blamed. But this absolute ghoul, Kate Quinar, reposted this message that you can see at the bottom of this image over on Blue Sky. It says, "The choice America faces going forward is live in the Confederacy or do Reconstruction for real and purge those mother effers from all public life." And there really isn't an in-between. And you know, these cockroaches are trying so hard to make us feel bad these days for calling them out and going after their employment after celebrating Charlie Kirk's death. And I don't know about you, but posts like this make me not feel bad at all. In fact, posts like this, in conjunction with seeing what happened to Charlie Kirk, who was simply trying to open up a dialogue with these brutes, has radicalized me against them. I simply don't give a shit about their calls for unity and mercy and all their whataboutism. It's all bullshit, and I have very little mercy left to give. I don't wish anyone actual physical harm. I will stop there, but that's about the extent of my mercy. If these people lose their jobs, I consider that a societal good. But here are a couple things that this commie jackass said on Blue Sky after Charlie Kirk's death. The owners of Blue Sky are at least pragmatic enough to understand how terrible it looks for them to have all these people on their site celebrating and glorifying political violence, so they've been cracking down a bit on users, and Kate reposted that top message which said, "Blue Sky moderation is suspending people for posting Kirk's own words, which tells you everything you need to know. Oh, I'm so sorry this is happening to you ghouls. A man gets killed and you can't celebrate it. That must be awful." But anyways, then Kate said in that next post down below, "I think we should be planning a mass exodus of this site. Earlier on, you could kinda give the benefit of the doubt in some cases due to moderation being inherently challenging, but they've made it pretty clear they're intentionally aligning with the boot at this point." Or, here's a thought, you jackass. The moderators finally saw and realized how sick and twisted you coddled commie brats are, and they don't want to be associated with you, and with that level of advocating for violence. What's funny is how these same people, though, fled X once Twitter was bought out and they no longer had unilateral control over what people said. They didn't like a fair fight, so they ran to Blue Sky. And now that Blue Sky is saying that maybe, just maybe, we shouldn't be murderous psychos, now they want to flee again. This is hilarious, because every time they flee, they leave some people behind, and their strength is diluted even more. If only Square Enix had even half of the pragmatism and backbone that Blue Sky has, which is pathetic to say, but if they had that backbone, they'd be booting this person out of their ranks immediately. This Kate Quire is apparently scrubbing her posts on Blue Sky now because she's afraid of being called out. As Grums pointed out on X, Square Enix has quietly taken down the Final Fantasy XIV forum thread that was bashing Charlie Kirk after he posted about it and tagged them. But Square Enix refuses to talk about this stuff publicly because, let's be clear, they don't actually care about decency, or at least that's what it seems like. Here is what Square Enix does care about. The Dragon Quest VII remake is getting censored, as I showed you a few minutes ago, and we've got this member of the Square Enix PR team writing on this post on X, this new, reimagined version has been built from the ground up with a completely reworked story that makes it so much easier to tackle. And then, right here is a post retweeted by the same PR guy. It says here, Dragon Quest VII Reimagined is a new version of Dragon Quest VII that has been rebuilt from the ground up for modern audiences. And there it is, folks. They used the buzzword. These people are only concerned with attracting a modern audience these days. So I say, let them have them. And the rest of us can avoid buying anything from these turds. They have a new Final Fantasy Tactics game coming out in a couple of weeks, and if they don't remove this woman from their employment, then I definitely advocate against buying this game. It's probably lousy with bad localization anyhow, but I'm gonna leave it there. Drop your contempt for Square Enix and their employee into the comment section below, and we will talk there. Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your Admiral is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.